Hello guys, it's been a long time and I have news for you, as you have seen from the title. Those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I have been missing in action on YouTube. The past 3 years have been very difficult for me with family situations and that thing that has been going on for the past 3 years. So there's been a lot of changes in my life, and abandoning veganism is one of them. So I have many reasons. Some of them I cannot discuss here because I may or may not get into trouble. Last February, I got into trouble on this platform after uploading a certain video, and I was banned for 3 months from February to May, and I became very disillusioned and annoyed, and I didn't feel like uploading videos. And I was involved in my garden anyway. I mean, the latest videos that I have, most of them are garden videos, but I wanted to talk about this. I must talk about it because I'm a public person on YouTube and I pride myself on being honest, and I have to explain that I'm no longer a vegan. People have been asking me lately if I'm still a vegan. So the answer is no, and it's been going on now for a few months. I feel like I'm making a confession to the priest. Anyway, physical reasons, philosophical reasons, political reasons, but most of these things I'm going to be discussing it on my Patreon. So anyway, I've been putting up a lot of shorts because I just got into shorts and it's fun. I could take some of my old videos, and YouTube now has this thing that you can do remix, and you could make a short video from your old video in less than 3 minutes. So I haven't been on the platform for a while, and shorts is a new thing now. Everybody's doing shorts, and YouTube is encouraging creators to do YouTube shorts. So I said, I have to get into it. So I'm doing it. So this is what you saw the past 2 days on my channel. It's like an experiment. I'm just doing it to see the reaction and to see how many views and things like that. So I guess it's a new day on YouTube with the shorts because we have lost our abilities to concentrate. I have a book here that this book here, what the internet is doing to our brains. So this book really explains why people have such short attention spans nowadays. It's just the way the internet was designed, that we are just, it's affecting us, right? So a lot of these videos that I did 5-6 years ago, when I look back at it, I feel like maybe I was giving too much details, talking too much, and people did accuse me, some people, of talking too much on those videos. But I believe in details, and I'm a teacher deep down in my soul, so I like to give extra details and tips. But nowadays people are not interested in that. It's like a minute and they're gone. They don't care about details. But the thing about the shorts videos is that it gives you an entry, so if somebody looks at a short video and they're interested, then they go to watch the long video. So that's a good thing, I guess. But anyway, I really want to talk about this veganism thing and why I stopped. I just just didn't feel good. I didn't feel good. I was having issues with my joints, joint pain. I put on about 15 pounds over the past 3 years with everything that was going on, with the stress and everything that was going on. And I'm eating too much carbs, too much simple carbs. I mean, I love bread. And I'm never going to stop eating bread, but it was killing me, really. And this vegan diet, when you're in a vegan diet, that's all you have. You have the carbs and the proteins in the form of beans, mostly beans and veggies. So after a while, there is no variety. And I remember some years ago when I was making the change to including more vegetables in my diet as opposed to the ones that were on Sebi's list. I remember I did a video about that, and I was very nervous about doing that video because I thought I was going to get a lot of criticisms. But it turned out really well and people understood. So I'm hoping that this would be the same. Because the thing that prevents us humans from being honest and speaking the truth is, fear of judgment, criticism, and rejection. And for many weeks now, I was planning on doing this video and I just kept putting it off because I was concerned about how people would take it. Because I see what people do on social media and how they are very disrespectful and they don't even know you, and you are putting yourself out there. I'm putting myself out there. I'm in the public on YouTube and many people know me and talk to me and email me and ask me questions. So I have a responsibility to be honest about what I'm doing. So I'm going to give you some information now, but I'm not telling you this because I want to justify my switch. It's just for information. So I wanted to talk about the calcium issue. There's an issue with calcium and vegans. And a lot of these raw green leafy veggies that we eat. These green leafy vegetables like spinach specifically and kale and purslane, if you eat purslane, if you can get it, they have a lot of oxalic acids. And oxalic acid binds to calcium and prevents its uptake. So we don't have a lot of calcium. Maybe this is why some of us get pains in our joints. And then the other issue with the calcium is that calcium needs K2. There's a lot of talk recently about K2, vitamin K2. We know about K1, which K1 is about blood clotting. K1 is found in those green leafy vegetables. But K2, there's a lot of talk about K2 now because they are finding out a lot about K2. And K2 and D3 work together. D3, which they've also been talking about the past 3 years, is actually a hormone. It's not a vitamin. But anyway, vitamin K2 and D3 work together. Vitamin D3 allows calcium to be absorbed in the stomach. But that's it. Calcium needs K2 to take it into the bones and the teeth where it's needed. But if you don't have enough K2, This calcium goes into your soft tissues, the heart, the muscle, your arteries. And this is why people have been having issue with blocked arteries, they have plaque, they get heart attacks, even diabetes. I found out it's because of a lack of vitamin K2. And vitamin K2 is found in animal products, chicken, eggs, cheese, and natto, which I never knew about natto until about a month ago. And it's made with soybeans, but I see people doing it with chickpea as well. So natto is the highest form of K2 that you can get, but it's also in the animal products. So if you're doing a lot of greens and you're getting a lot of calcium by eating those greens, because a lot of these greens have a lot of calcium in it, and you don't have K2, you can have problems. You know, you have the oxalic acid, you have the phytic acid. As a matter of fact, let me go and read something to you. So you have phytic acid, right? It's found in grains and nuts and seeds and legumes. And phytic acid can bind to minerals like zinc and iron and calcium, making them less available for absorption. Then you have oxalates, found in spinach, beet greens, and other leafy greens. Oxalates can bind to calcium and form insoluble crystals. I think it's called calcium oxalate, as in oxalic acid. And it's insoluble. And this is what can lead to kidney stones. And talking about kidney stones, there is something called vulvodynia. This is for the women who are listening. Vulvodynia, quickly, it's just because I heard somebody talking about this the other day and I never even knew of such a thing. It's a swelling of the vulva. It's a chronic condition. But the point I'm trying to make is that this guy was saying is because of oxalic acid. It's a chronic pain condition of the vulva, which is the outer female genitals. It usually lasts more than 3 months and there is no known cause. And just to let you know about this quickly, vulvodynia, so you can look it up and do research about it. I only recently found out about it. And what I find interesting is that they always say, oh, we don't know the cause. We really don't know. But anyway, let me continue. So you have the phytic acid, you have the oxalates, you have the lectins, which I think lectins are talked about a lot in terms of plant-based diets. It's found in legumes. Lectins can interfere with the absorption of nutrients and cause digestive problems. And then you have tannins. It's found in tea, coffee, and some fruits like persimmons. Tannins can interfere with the absorption of iron and other nutrients. And sapophins, right? that anti-nutrients. Saponins are also an anti-nutrients, but it's found in legumes, whole grains, and some fruits and veggies. But when I think saponins, I think quinoa. And you know, saponins is soap, and you know how soapy it is. It's very soapy, and if you don't know how to cook it, like fermenting it or soaking it overnight or really washing it, because you see the women in Peru, you see how they wash the quinoa. Basically, the philosophical reason is that when you find new information, you should change. You should, I mean, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying you in general, people in general. When you get in new information, you should look at it critically, analyze it, and try to adjust. That's part of living. Living is not something that happens linearly. There's a lot of ups and downs, in and out, and all kinds of things going on. And as long as we have life and we are living, things are going to happen to us, and we have to adjust. We have to make changes. We have to change our minds about certain things, and that is fine. But there are people out there who don't want you to change your mind. They get upset, and that is wrong, because we are all different. This idea that one size fits all, or that there is one thing for everybody and everybody should do it, this is false, because we are all different, genetically and otherwise. So what might work for one person might not work for another person, and what might work for one time might not work for another time. As you get older, your body changes, you might have different needs. So you have to recognize that and do things differently. You cannot just keep going down a path because you are stuck in your thinking, or you don't want to say that maybe you were wrong, or maybe you didn't see this before, or you had an interest and you don't want to give up that interest, so you're going to stick to that. And I don't have any interest in saying that I'm not a vegan anymore. I don't have any interest. I don't have any money interest. I'm not on TV talking about veganism, so I don't have any interest. So if I find something that I feel is potentially detrimental to my health, I have to speak up about it. And many times we don't feel well and we just go on. But this whole thing with the K2, they're even telling people now to stop taking calcium so much, because people are taking a lot of calcium thinking that it's good for the bones, which it is. But if you don't have K2, you cannot uptake calcium into the bones and the teeth where it's needed. It goes into the wrong places, into your arteries and your heart, and you can get heart attacks. You see? So a lot of times people have heart diseases and don't even know about it until they get a heart attack or a stroke. People have kidney stones. People suffer greatly from kidney stones. And this is because of the oxalates. So I have been very lucky so far. I had some joint pains, and I don't want it to get worse, because the thing is, once I stopped eating a lot of things and added the meat into my diet, I felt better. Once I started eating eggs again, I love eggs. I eat 2 to 3 eggs now every day. You know, they talk about cholesterol. Cholesterol was given a bad rep, but you need cholesterol for your brain. And I mean, I could talk about this, about how I feel about this whole thing, but again, I don't want to talk about this here. But that's it, guys. And let me hear what you have to say about this. Maybe many of you are in my shoe and feel the same way. So I would like to hear what you have to say about it. So moving forward, I'm going to be cooking all kinds of stuff. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to eat veggies. The thing is, what I have learned is that it's about balance. You cannot eat too much of one thing. And there is no magic bullet. The problem is people think that there is this one thing, this one superfood. And I was even thinking that there is no such thing as a superfood. This is a marketing tool that the people who manufacture these things, like quinoa is a superfood, avocado is a superfood, blueberries are superfoods. Blueberries are not good if you have a deficiency in an enzyme called G6PD, which I could talk about in another video. 1 out of 10 black men, American men, have that deficiency. And if you have that deficiency, you shouldn't be eating blueberries. I talked about this a long time ago when I did this video about onions and garlic, about not being good for cats and dogs. But there is no magic bullet. And this thing about a superfood, this is a marketing tool that the people who want to make money use. There are no superfoods, in my opinion. They are just foods. We had an avocado tree in our backyard. It was that avocado, those big ones, shiny, the light green ones. It has more of a water content. I think those avocados are much more delicious than the creamier ones. But anyway, we called it pear tree. We called it pear in Grenada. It was just a food. The people in Peru and Bolivia, quinoa is just a food that they have eaten for thousands of years. It's just a food. There's no superfood. This is a marketing tool. And I think we have all been fooled in so many ways. But the bottom line is balance. Balance. Live your life with balance. Whether it's eating, drinking, partying, whatever. Just balance. So we need to go back to square one. We are coming. I have come full circle. But because I'm now back to eating the way that I ate since I was a child, with balance. Now granted, when I was a child, there was no GMO and genetic engineering and all of that stuff. This thing started in the late 90s, 1997. So I was very lucky. I ate pure foods. I ate good foods. I ate fresh foods. You know, I had fruits, the mangoes just falling all over the place that you could just pick up. I never had to buy it. You know, your family, your job, your community, it really has an effect on your health and your life. You know, because when we talk about acidity and alkalinity, it's not just food. If you're not happy on your job, if you have a boss, a supervisor who gives you a hard time every single day on that job, that can create acidity in your body. If you're taking drugs, legal and illegal drugs, that can create acidity in your body. If you're in a bad relationship, abusive relationship, that could cause acidity in the body. So this idea about, oh, I'm going to eat this food or that food and it's alkaline, this is not how it works. many things can create acidity in the body. But that's a story for another day, guys. Take care of yourselves. Listen to your body. Do what is right for you as an individual. And don't let anyone tell you how to live your life and what to do. Think and listen to your body. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you.